Alexander Zverev has been on a rampage throughout the first half of 2024. The German premium sports star started by helping his country conquer the United Cup and would then make it to the semifinals of the Australian Open. His stellar form didn't stop at that, as Zverev made it to the Final Four at the Miami Open. The 27-year-old got his time to shine at the Rome Masters, which he conquered while only conceding a set in 6 matches to get to his best level just before Roland Garros. Zverev hit Rome looking for a comeback after some tough losses, getting knocked out in straight sets by Christian Garin in Munich's quarterfinals and falling to Francisco Crandolo early in Madrid. Clearly, it was time for Zverev to ramp up his game and bounce back big time. The Rome Open became a tournament of tennis fitness awakening for Zverev. His run was nothing short of outstanding as the German star opened up his run with an easy straight-set win against Alexander Zverev. Zverev's momentum didn't slow down as he also took care of Luciano Dardieri and Nuno Borges in straight-set fashion. Just like that, Zverev was in the Rome Masters quarterfinals and went head-to-head with former world top 10 player Taylor Fritz. Surely that match would be closer, right? Well, Fritz didn't stand a chance, and Zverev's serve was once again too good to be broken as the German star got another straight-set win at 6-4, 6-3. Zverev smashed his way to another Masters semifinal, facing an unexpected challenger who wasn't particularly famous for his sports partnerships or results until this tournament. Alejandro Tabio from Chile made his name in the second round of the Rome Open by overcoming none other than Novak Djokovic. Tabio started strong, demolishing Zverev 6-1 in the first set, but Zverev clawed back, snatching the second set in a nail-biting tiebreak. In the decisive third set, Zverev found his groove, breaking Tabio twice to seal a comeback victory and punch his ticket to the final.
Break and sealed in style.
Zverev's last Masters tournament win had been at the 2021 Cincinnati, and his last overall tournament win took place at the Chengdu Open in late 2023. This major trophy hiatus wasn't due to any performance nutrition issues, but partially due to a sidelining ankle injury that Zverev suffered at the 2022 Roland Garros. In the final in Rome, he faced another Chilean, Nicolas Hari, and dominated again, securing the title with strategic breaks in each set. Zverev's triumph in Italy marked a fierce return to form, showcasing his resilience and skill on the clay. Zverev's run was absurd. He only suffered 3 break points in 6 matches, scoring 95% of his first service points. Other than that, he had a 14.8% ace rate and won 55.3% of his total points played throughout the tournament. So Zverev couldn't ask for a better way to go off into his Roland Garros campaign. Who was his first-round opponent? Well, none other than Rafael Nadal, the 14-time French Open champion and perhaps the greatest clay player of all time, who's trying to get back to his glory days for one final time before hanging up the tennis racket. The German star proved himself too much for the Spanish legend as Nadal was unable to break him during the first set. The world number 4 took the lead, but Nadal fought back and managed to score 2 breakpoints. He couldn't, however, prevent a straight-set win for Zverev at 6-3, 7-6, 6-3. Zverev roared into the French Open's last 16, edging out a 5-set thriller against Talon Griekspoor on June 1st at the moment of creating this story for you guys. As he's powering through Paris, the big question looms, how far can Zverev go? Zverev was on fire, dominating at Indian Wells, the Miami Open, and Monte Carlo. At Indian Wells, he cruised through the early rounds with straight-set wins, but faced a tougher test in the quarters against Alex de Minaur, who took the first set. Not one to back down, Zverev rallied to win the next sets, setting up a semifinal showdown with Carlos Alcaraz. There, the Spaniard was unstoppable, taking Zverev down 6-3, 6-1 in a blistering match. It was then time for the Miami Open, and Zverev started once more in great form, as he racked up 4 straight-set wins in a row against the likes of Christopher Eubanks and Felix Auger-Aliassime. The German star steamrolled his way into the semifinals, on which he stood across from Grigor Dimitrov. The Bulgarian star took the lead by scoring the only break in the first set before losing the second via tiebreak, with Zverev holding his serve. The third set was once again decided by a single break point as Zverev failed to make it into the Miami Open final. At the Monte Carlo Masters, the 27-year-old German opened up with another straight-set win, this time against Sebastian Offner. Zverev's next-round opponent was Stefanos Tsitsipas, with the Greek having attained glory in Monte Carlo in 2021 and 2022. Tsitsipas showed great footwork and a ferocious forehand to take control of the match, scoring the only breakpoint in the first set before taking an astounding 5-0 lead. This was when Zverev clawed back to make it 5-5 in the set, but the Greek star bounced back to seal a straight-set win at 6-4, 7-6. All the roads lead to Zverev's win in Rome. But how did he fare in the first Grand Slam of the season? After helping Germany conquer the United Cup in January, there was a bit of anticipation surrounding Zverev's performance at the Australian Open. He quickly overcame his first hurdle, the fellow German Dominik Koepfer, losing his first set but sweeping the next three. Next up was Lucas Klein, where Zverev turned the match around after two intense tiebreaks. Zverev then cruised into the round of 16 against Cameron Norrie. The two players had a 5-set epic, with Zverev lacking in his second serve. Norrie made too many unforced errors, tough, allowing the German through to the quarterfinals. There, Zverev's opponent was Alcaraz, a player who wanted to go back to the top of the world ranking. But Zverev made a stellar performance as he controlled the match in the first two sets and even got to a 5-2 lead in the third one before the Spanish star came back to force a fourth set. Alcaraz fought, but Zverev would make it from 3-4 down to get the win. Zverev was in the semifinals of the Australian Open, and across from him was Medvedev, a player that also spent a tremendous amount of time on the court throughout the tournament. Both men had gone to 5 sets twice in the tournament, and well, it happened again as Zverev took the first and the second set thanks to his service game. Medvedev was against the ropes, but could the German player deliver the final blow? The third and fourth set saw both players holding their serve, with Medvedev coming out on top via tiebreak to force a decider, on which the Russian player overcame Zverev in a lengthy 4-hour and 18-minute match. Zverev's career has been nothing short of remarkable as he conquered 22 tournaments, including 6 Masters. If he had beaten Medvedev, that would have been his second Grand Slam final after losing to Dominic Thiem at the 2020 US Open final. This begs the question, is Zverev one of the greatest players to never win a Grand Slam? The German does have amazing footwork and is known for his incredible stamina, something his Aussie Open run can attest to. Despite that, he also struggles at times to seal the deal in big matches, such as against Medvedev in Melbourne. But Zverev does have a strong case for being one of the greatest players to have yet won a slam, such as the likes of David Ferrer or Marcelo Rios. But here's the burning question for you all. Do you think Zverev will snag a Grand Slam title one day? And if so, which one do you see him winning? Now, despite having a strong season sports-wise, it's not all smooth sailing for Zverev. The German player is being accused of physically abusing and damaging the health of a woman during an argument in Berlin in May 2020, according to court documents. That woman is Brenda Petea, Zverev's ex-wife, with whom he had a daughter. In October 2023, a criminal court fined Zverev 450,000 euros and issued a penalty order against him, a decision the player contested, and thus a trial became necessary. Zverev reacted to the court's decision during the Paris Masters. Anybody that has a semi-standard IQ level knows what this is all about. During the Australian Open, Zverev accused the journalists of saying it wasn't appropriate for him to play while the case was in court, an issue that has been discussed by the tennis community. Journalists are saying that some, who are actually interested more in the story to write about and more about the clicks than the actual truth. Amidst all the controversy, Alexander Zverev has been showing the best tennis in his career. With a presence in a slam final already in the bag, the future will tell if the best of 2024 is yet to come for the German tennis player, perhaps with a Grand Slam win on the way.